I'm wanting to do a video on my first period experience. I've done a lot of girly videos and advice and my personal experiences, and I recently did a first kiss one, and you guys really wanted to see my first period experience. So this is completely requested from you guys, so let's go. I don't really have like a shocking story, so to speak, so it's not gonna be that interesting, but still, it's still my first. We all have our first, whether they're good or bad, they're still our first, so we gotta embrace. I was 12, around there. Like, I'm so bad with ages, I don't really remember how old I was, but I think I was like 12. And I had woke up one morning and I was feeling a little off. Like my stomach, it didn't feel sick, but it felt a little like I drank a whole bunch of water. And that's your feeling of being bloated. Well, everybody's different. Some people don't even experience the feeling of being bloated, but that morning I didn't feel like really over bloated. I just felt like I drank like a whole bunch of water even after I went pee, because I was like, oh my God, I really have to pee really bad. And when I went pee, I realized that I still felt a little like fat. Not fat, you guys know what I mean if you've had your period. And I thought, oh well, I'm pregnant. Just kidding. Having never had sex yet, that's a little impossible. I just carried about my day, and I loved being outdoors. I loved like going swinging, going to the park, like swinging on the swings. I mean, when I say swinging, you never know. I loved exploring and going out with my friends and just like exploring, enjoying the day, rollerblading, biking, skateboarding, swimming. Like, I loved being outdoors at that age. And my friend had just came in from San Jose. I really enjoyed when she came over, and because she was from California, so she could tell me all the gorgeous stories about California. Anyway, so she was in town and I was getting ready to see her. We were about to go out, and I went to the bathroom and I noticed, and it was not anything severe at all, I noticed a little bit of pinkness. This wasn't blood at this time, or maybe it was blood, but it was just like pink, like not even like this pink, like very, very light pink. And I was shocked only when I wiped. I didn't notice any in the bowl at all when I peed, but just when I wiped, I was like, oh my God, like what is that? And obviously you know like your period, you know you're expecting like when it's gonna come and you know what to expect. However, this was like a little bit of pink, so I wasn't sure. So then I got my mom, she came in and she said, yeah, that looks like you're starting your period. And I went, yeah, but isn't it supposed to be red? Like, what am I, immersion? And she said, no, like obviously you don't have a heavy flow, or maybe you won't have a heavy flow ever, and it's just starting. So it's your menstrual cycle is starting to, you know, do its thing and get into the blood, okay? So right now it's just a little bit pink because you haven't given it enough time to fully leak out. So at that time, my mom got me a pad, showed me and explained to me how to use it, and said, you never know, this could be it for today, and you could get your full-on period like today, or it could be in a month from now. You just don't know, and the human body and the woman's body is very complicated and different from everyone else. So I was just like, oh my God, like I hate not knowing. Like I love being like, that's why I love math, because like 2 + 2 is 4, and I love that because it's like, oh, here it is. And it's like, this was, oh, you never know. It could be in a month, it could be in a year, you just don't know. And I'm like, cool, nope. So anyways, my mom gave me a pad, showed me how to use it. So she like placed it on my underwear for me, and I was like, cool, I'm wearing a diaper. I just felt like I was wearing a diaper, and I just didn't think about it, whatever. And then it was about a few hours later, and my friend and I went out. We were playing in the sandbox a lot. Like we played Spice Girls in the sandbox, and we had swings in there, so we were swinging, we were playing games with my brother. Then it became the afternoon, and we were outside playing, and it was awesome. And then we decided to go for a bike ride, and this was obviously a few hours after playing and such. So we got our bikes, and as soon as I got on my bike, like I felt like strange, and I went on it, like I felt like it was like pushing a lot. I don't know what that was, but anyways, I just felt like kind of bloated, and then sitting on the bike like that, it was just like eh. So whatever, we started biking, and we biked for maybe only 10 minutes before I said, I don't feel right. Like I feel like I'm peeing, but not. Like I feel like I'm like leaking basically. And then my friend said, oh, did you get your period? And she had already got hers like that summer before. So I was like, I don't know, like how do you know? And she said, like, you just look and check. And I said, okay, well, right here. And she said, no, like go home and go pee and see. So we drove like the whatever 10 minutes back, and it wasn't far, obviously. Like 10 minutes is nothing, especially if you're a child, all free on your bike, your wind blowing in the hair. What? Your wind? Oh, my wind is blowing in the hair, just so everyone knows. So So then I get home and I was like, Mom, I'm peeing, like I feel like I'm leaking. She goes, oh, that might be your period. And she said, do you have any pains in your stomach? And I said, no, not at all. Like I didn't feel pains at all. I didn't have cramping at all. And then I went and we looked together because I was like, I need you in here. Like I was scared, like I'm bleeding and I'm scared. Like am I not gonna be able to control it? Is it just gonna keep like leaking out like I'm Niagara Falls? Like I don't know. Like I was like, Mommy, I need you. She's like, I been there, done that, homie. So then I was like literally holding her arm, and I'm not like a scared person, and I didn't know, like I didn't know what to expect. It's your first time and it's like blood and you don't know how much, right? So I was just kind of like a little off. So I was holding my mom's arm and I pulled down and I was like, yeah, you got your period. And I had my period. It was no longer pink, it was red, like menstrual period blood, and that's nasty, but that's okay. That's why you clicked on this video. So I didn't have like an accident with pants or leaking on underwear or having an embarrassing situation. I know a lot of girls have, and that's really sad. I personally did not have that situation, and I am thankful for that, and I'm thankful I have a mom who I can talk to, and that's what I recommend in this video for your first time having your period, is have somebody. If you're feeling that like cramping sensation, bloating sensation, or if you see a little bit of spotting or blood, make sure you talk to somebody who you are comfortable with, who's had their period before, and who can like prepare you and help you through it and buy the things that you need to have your period. Just have somebody you can talk to and trust. And that was my mom, and that's why I think my first period experience went by so smoothly and effortlessly and just like without any fear, so to speak. It just happened, and I'm so thankful for that. My mom was around for a lot of my firsts, and like obviously because I was growing up and she was my best friend of all time and still is. And yeah, so that was my first time getting my period. Again, like it was nothing dramatic or anything. So then we cleaned up. She showed me how to change the pad and put on a new one, showed me where they were, and said like you don't need to worry. And yeah, and then she told me like keep clean when you have your period, just because it is like bloody and messy and it's kind of gross, so you just want to keep your hygiene clean. And I said, oh, no problem. And then I went on my bike ride. So yes, that was my very first experience. If you guys want me to go in depth of periods or my personal periods, like how they are or how I deal with them and what I use and everything like that, then I will do a video on that if you guys want to know, just because I know I have a younger audience who are around that age and time frame where you guys are experiencing the gorgeous gift of menstrual cycle. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I always want to know your guys' stories and everything like that. So I will talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys. Move them to go across like this. That's adorable. You can, how do they do it? They like cross them or something like that. So